years ago when we were introduced to the product by a dear friend who said, I'd love for you to try this sports product. It's made from salt and water. It's a network marketing product, and it has amazing athletic benefits. So I didn't really know what he was talking about. He said, could you look at it because I don't really understand it. The science is too difficult for me, and I think it will help you guys in the gym. He knew that Terry was a personal trainer and that we both worked out a lot. So I did an incredibly cursory look, maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and said, well, it doesn't look like it can hurt us at all. It doesn't interact with any medications, doesn't matter what condition we have. It looks perfectly safe, and maybe it will help us in the gym. It really gave a nice bump to the cardiovascular system. Unbeknownst to him, my wife had a severe illness that had been going on for many years and was having a lot of trouble with her clients in the gym. So I decided, let's try this stuff and see, because it possibly might help, and it absolutely couldn't hurt. And then on day 3, Terry had some amazing changes from what we thought was a network marketing salt water sports product. Please tell your story, Terry.
I'd be happy to. So as Foster said, I had been ill for 6 years. I had been to every doctor, from rheumatologists to endocrinologists, you name it, I had been there. I did Western medicine, I did Eastern medicine, I did alternative, I took handfuls of supplements every day. I did every single thing I could to get better, and nothing got me better, and nobody could figure out what was wrong with me. They gave me this diagnosis, that diagnosis. So as a personal trainer, I got to the point where I couldn't work out anymore, but even lifting weights for my clients had become very, very difficult. So when our friend said, try this magic salt water, he said that he'd met the founders, he'd met the physicists, he had met the people running this company, and he said, that he just thought it was this magic water. So I said, you know what, one more thing, bring it on, I'll give it a try. So started taking it, 2 ounces twice a day. And on day 3, I got out of bed and I was actually able to walk. For me, it used to take me about 15 to 20 minutes to get out of bed to move, because everything in my body hurt, my joints, my muscles. I had extreme fatigue. I used to have to nap a couple of times during the day. So for me to get up and just to walk was like, oh, what's going on here? I said to Foster, he was home that day, and I said, honey, something's going on. Nothing hurts. And he didn't quite understand that nothing hurt, because I had stopped complaining. When you're really ill and your family can't help you, and especially when your husband is a healer and he can't help you, you just stop complaining. I kind of shut down from the world. I didn't talk to people because I couldn't find my words. I would lose my train of thought. So I had a great day. Day 4 was even better. Day 5, I was not having to nap anymore. And I said to Foster, it's got to be this product. It has to be this ASEA stuff. And he said, it can't be. He said, it's a salt water. It's a sports product. So on day 8, Foster had some of his own changes, which he'll talk about in a minute. But I had my life back, you guys. And for me, when you get your life back, when nothing hurts, when you can walk, when you can talk, when you can go about your life, it's a pretty big thing. So we went out to the launch of this company. We were not network marketers. We wanted nothing to do with network marketing. We didn't understand the power of network marketing, but we certainly needed to find out about what this magic salt water that gave me my life back was. So we got on a plane, we went out to Las Vegas for the launch, and we got to meet, again, the people that were running this company. We got to meet the physicists. And actually, in the meantime, my husband he's a researcher, and he had been doing a lot of research into redox signaling molecules, which you're going to hear about tonight. And as he was doing his research, he said, Terry, this is why you're better. This is not just a sports product. He said, this is going to change healthcare, and this is going to change the world. And my husband is a chiropractor. He was the chiropractor at the hospital here in the town that we live in, and had been only for 6 months at that time. But he brought this magic salt water into this hospital and started sharing it with his patients, people that had conditions like mine, and kept seeing these amazing results. So I'm going to turn it back to him, to Foster. But let me just tell you this. There's many reasons why people try ASEA or Renew 28, which is the topical gel, which we'll be talking about. One is that they have a health condition. And that's why I tried it. They just need better sleep, better energy, less aches and pains, better mental clarity. They just want to feel better. And so that's why I tried it. The second reason that people try this product is because they have a loved one that has a health challenge or that needs better sleep, better energy, somebody they love. Number three is that they want to prevent one of these health conditions, that they just want to take care of themselves, and they want to prevent things that can appear as we age. The fourth is that they want to look better. They want to stay young. They want to have less wrinkles. They want to have less cellulite. They just want to be young. Number five is that they're an athlete. They want better performance. They want to recover faster. So five, and then there's six is that they're looking for another revenue stream, that they want to make some extra money, that they're looking for an opportunity, that they've decided that what they're doing, their job, just over broke, is just not working for them. So those are the six reasons. And then also another reason is for animals, is that they want their animals to live longer. They want their animals to be healthy. So Foster, why did you do this?
Reason number two, I had a loved one that was in big trouble. Nothing we could do would help her. I never saw anybody take so many supplements at once. I would never be able to swallow that many supplements. No kidding around. It was 20 a day. And we couldn't help her. I was used to helping her my whole life, and it just didn't work. And that's why. It was to get my loved one better, and I got my wife back, and my children got their mom back.
And what about your patients?
Once I saw what it did for Terry, I gave the product to 5 of my patients who had very similar troubles as Terry. They were all with extreme discomfort, extreme fatigue, never felt well, nothing helped them. It didn't matter how many doctors they went to. And every single one of the 5 had the same result. Some was within a couple of days. One took 3 months. So every single person had the same result. Then I started sharing it with people with bigger troubles, and we got bigger results, and we were convinced this needed to be shared. This was going to change healthcare and the world.
Absolutely. So a couple of weeks ago, there was a new study, one more amazing study. Our company is always doing studies to prove what this product does. And a few weeks ago, another study was released. And we're going to show you this 9-minute video. I hope that you will stay and watch it, because it will explain to you what this product does. And Dr. Foster will talk to you a little bit more after this video. So hang tight. And then we're going to hear from 2 amazing people that how ASEA changed their life. So give me a second. I'm going to share the screen, and we'll get back to you after this quick video.
Here at ASEA, literally from the inception of the company, it's been a high priority for us to put resources and attention on research and science. We've known what the product was doing for people, and it's always been a high priority for us to put money and effort behind research and prove what we were doing and validate that.
Experts are looking at health and wellness on a whole new level, the cellular level. A company called ASEA has developed a groundbreaking technology that is able to replicate molecules that are native to the body and are essential to total health and wellness. Why is this important? Because redox signaling molecules are crucial messengers that help protect cells, rejuvenate them, and keep them functioning at optimum levels in the body.
Redox signaling molecules are created in every cell of the body, and they are vital to life. But as we age, and with exposure to environmental toxins and other stressors that diminish cellular function, the body's ability to maintain a proper balance of redox signaling molecules diminishes as well.
So those molecules, redox signaling molecules, They are created in every single cell in the body. These molecules are critical to sustain life, they're critical to maintain health, and if you're not healthy, they're critical to become healthy.
What got me excited about redox signaling technology is when I understood the science behind it. In order to heal, you need materials and you need labor. Materials are supplied by nutrition. Labor comes from redox signaling molecules. Now, for the first time ever, we can supplement with the materials and the labor together. I think ASEA's commitment to science and validating and proving what this product does, this technology does, is very important. ASEA invests in research at independent laboratories, which is wonderful because they say, here, you test it, and wherever the chips fall, they fall, because they have confidence in the product.
So when you have a scientific breakthrough as powerful as ASEA's technology, it's incredibly important to have scientific validation for the hundreds of thousands of subjective reports of improvement.
So we've been working with ASEA for several years now, and what we've been most impressed with is that ASEA is very interested in doing properly conducted trials. Everything we do here is double-blinded, placebo-controlled. And in the end, we're trying to produce data for ASEA where all human and research bias has been removed. An example of the type of study that we have done for ASEA is a randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled community trial that we did with 106 overweight women. The women were randomized to take 4 ounces of ASEA every day for 12 weeks, and we took blood samples every 4 weeks, and then we analyzed them for a wide variety of different measures: inflammation, oxidative stress, immune function. And what we found in this study, that there was a highly significant effect of taking 4 ounces of ASEA on a very important marker called oxidized LDL. Now, when heart disease begins to form in the body, oxidized LDL is a major contributor to the plaque that builds up with heart disease. So this is a risk factor. And if you can keep your oxidized LDL low, your chance of heart disease goes down. And we found that drinking 4 ounces of ASEA for 12 weeks reduced oxidized LDL levels in the blood. It was a highly significant finding. It was not due to chance. We also found that DNA in the body can get oxidized, and we had a marker for that. And that marker also was lower in the ASEA group over time compared to placebo. So our data are supporting that probably the most important effect of ASEA on what we call disease risk factors is a reduction in these types of oxidative stress.
Okay, so oxidative stress is usually electrons, unpaired electrons that are in molecules that cause damage. In the biological system, a radical is a very reactive molecule. That is, we have an unstable oxidant, a molecule without an electron that's banging around trying to find an electron. And every time it bangs into a molecule, into a cell membrane, then it causes damage to that cell. All degenerative health conditions are caused by oxidative stress. And in fact, 95% of all adult conditions are degenerative. They either have oxidative stress as the cause, or it's a product of the issue itself.
The results of this study are incredibly exciting. To actually have proof positive that redox signaling molecules are changing the levels of oxidative stress in the body, that's very significant. This is huge. This is incredibly exciting. Now we can share with everybody that these redox signaling molecules allow the body to go back into balance and help the body to fight oxidative stress. We're actually decreasing these levels. That's incredible.
With each subsequent study, we learn more about what it is that the product does in the laboratory, and it helps to validate for us as clinicians what we see daily with our patients.
ASEA has developed a technology that stabilizes redox signaling molecules in a consumable form. ASEA Redox Supplement is a one-of-a-kind breakthrough.
Because the ASEA Redox Supplement works at the cellular level, it enhances overall health. My athletes that I am working with are reporting an increase in endurance and a quicker recovery when using ASEA Redox supplements. One of my athletes can recover day after day at a much higher level then they're able to perform at a higher level, which produces a more fit athlete. Because the ASEA Redox supplement works at the cellular level, it supports every kind of cell and enhances overall health. Redox single molecules support a more active, energized lifestyle.
And what's really exciting about working with ASEA is that we're really working at health and wellness on the cellular level. You can't have a healthy body if you don't have healthy cells. If you have a healthy communication between two cells, just like in any relationship, you're going to have a healthier cell. So not only do these redox signaling molecules help with communication, they also help rejuvenate. They give the cells life. All of that is really important for total health and wellness.
There's a way to deliver active redox signaling molecules directly to the skin. Renew 28. It's a whole body skin therapy that improves skin health at the cellular level. As a dermatologist, I see a lot of new science, but I'm really excited about Renew 28 because it targets the cellular health in a new way that other products haven't.
Renew 28 has been in several clinical trials conducted by Dermatest, a European research firm, and the participants showed amazing results.
After just 28 days of using Renew 28, participants showed a decrease in eye wrinkle depth of 21%. Overall wrinkles improved 23%. Skin texture improved 22%. Skin smoothness improved 23%. Skin elasticity improved 20%. And even skin moisture improved by 11%.
In a separate study using Renew 28 for cellulite, there was a reduction in the appearance of the cellulite by more than 15%. Another research firm, Stevens and Associates, measured the effects of redox signaling on blood flow to the skin and skin cell turnover. Study participants showed a 16% faster skin cell renewal rate and a 55% increase in microcirculation to the skin.
Studies on ASEA Redox supplement and Renew 28 prove that they contain redox signaling molecules stabilized in their bioactive form. This has been certified by Bioagilitics, which is a third-party independent laboratory.
And this product has been proven safe, earning Dermatest's 5-star clinically tested seal, its highest possible commendation.
Although you may not have heard of redox signaling before now, it's not a new area of science. It's been researched for decades. Multiple Nobel Prizes have been awarded for discoveries related to it, and there are over 10,000 peer-reviewed scientific papers written on the subject. What is new is the ability to supplement the body's own redox signaling molecules for overall health that starts in the cells.
We have such a unique product set here at ASEA. These are products that really do make a huge difference in the lives of the people that use them and share them. And it takes research to validate what a lot of us has already known. And ASEA will always spend resource, time, and energy on validating what we know from our products through this kind of research. It's people that matter most. At the end of the day, it's people that matter most. And ASEA will always be building products that make a difference in people's lives that can be validated with this kind of research. Here at ASEA, literally from...
So, as you heard, people matter most. That's for sure. This product changes lives. And before we bring on a couple of people just to talk about what ASEA has done for them, Doc, could you just share with them a little bit more about what these products do?
If you think I'm qualified.
I do.
Beautiful. So the study was great. So as a member of the Medical Professionals Board, we got to see what this study was and what it did. So oxidative stress is a very, very big deal. They talked about decreasing oxidized LDL and decreasing oxidized DNA. Those are very, very important blood serum biomarkers to check for oxidative stress. And as Dr. Stan Gardner talks about, all degenerative conditions come from oxidative stress via inflammation. 95% of all things that people end up suffering from as they age are degenerative in nature, which means that they start with oxidative stress. So we now have a choice. We can choose to continue aging and oxidizing and increasing our disease risk factors, or we can drink this product and use it topically, and we can now start to decrease the increase of our disease risk factors. It seems like a very simple choice.
Absolutely. By the way, I'm 110 years old and he's 120.
I'm 119. My birthday's not for another 6 months.
We are getting younger. That was a joke, by the way, of course, but we are getting younger. And that's the amazing thing about this product is I like to call it the fountain of youth in a bottle and in a tube. So what I'd like to do now is just hear from two people that have a great stories. And, you know, one of them was a DNA. So I'm going to bring on Trisha. She's from New York here, and she has an amazing story. So Trisha, would you like to? Hi, Trisha. Welcome.
Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you beautifully. Can you share with the audience what ASEA has done for you or for your daughter, your family?
Okay. Well, we were introduced to ASEA about 4 years ago now. I have a daughter and she has a genetic disorder. She's very delayed in so many areas, and she has had very a weak immune system. And as you hear testimonials over time, you'll hear some that somebody has seen results in 3 days or 3 weeks. But for us, it really did take 3 months. Part of that was because Victoria wasn't able to verbalize the things that she was feeling, the changes she was getting. It kind of took sometimes a family member that hadn't seen her in a little bit to say, oh my God, she's doing so much better with this or with that. And, you know, because when things change slowly over time, you don't always realize it. But all of it together collectively was just huge, the changes that she really had. So some of the changes that she was able to have was her language improved so much. Her eye contact was great now. She was able to look at somebody and have a conversation with them if she was comfortable with them. After a few months of her being on the product, her teachers and her school psychologist called me and they said, oh my God, what is going on with Victoria? She's a completely different kid. She's so much brighter. She's so much more independent. She's actually helping the other students. She's teaching them what to do with certain tasks. And she's in a work study program now at school where she goes and she works in an office 4 days a week. And she's just doing phenomenal with it. She doesn't need any help with what she does. She knows her tasks and she can handle them all completely on her own. And she feels really independent, and she's so proud of the fact that she gets to go to work. Right before she started taking ASEA, we just coincidentally were at the endocrinologist. She had her blood tested. He called me. He said her blood sugar levels are absolutely through the roof. She's in danger. And we started ASEA, and 2 months later, she had her blood tested again. She had dropped 15 pounds, and her blood sugar levels were 100% normal. And like I said earlier, she had a very weak immune system. Every time she got a cold or flu or a virus, we were in the emergency room. And it was so sad that every time we walked in, we knew the staff. That's how often we were there. She would need IV. She wouldn't eat or drink for days, and she was just dehydrated, and she was so weak. I remember one time she was 8 years old, and I actually had to carry her into the emergency room because she couldn't walk. That's how weak she was. But I'm happy to say that we've been with ASEA for about 4 years now, and she has seen her pediatrician 4 times, and that's it. And each of those times were just for her annual physical. She barely ever gets sick, and if she does get a cold or something like that, it's a runny nose. That's it. It's been an amazing journey for her. It's for her health that way. She also had low tone muscles. She fatigued very easily, and now she can work out several days a week, and she's so much stronger. She's in Taekwondo, and she has been for a long time, but her master was just shocked at the changes in her. She became so strong. She's able to, you know, when she kicks a target, it's such a loud bang that sometimes I'm there and I just look up and I can't believe that was her kicking the target or punching the target, and it was just so loud. I'm thrilled to say that she is a black belt now, and she's partway through to her 3rd degree black belt, which in order to become black belt, you actually have to break through concrete, which she did, which is amazing because she's this tiny little peanut. And to see her break concrete is just, oh gosh, I don't even have words for it. It's so incredible. One of the things that was really hard for us, it was hard to take her out. We couldn't even go to the mall because she would just fatigue so easily. So we'd be walking around, we'd be there 10, 15 minutes, and she would just start crying. She was too exhausted to continue on, and we would have to just sit down, whether it was on the floor or if we found a chair, we'd sit down for a while until she was strong enough. to go back to the car. But at that point, I was so frustrated. My other daughter couldn't do what she wanted to do. And we would all just be sitting at the mall crying, waiting till she had enough strength, to walk back to the car. It was just heartbreaking. She has seen so many doctors over the years. She had just a team of doctors, and I had a whole group of doctors tell her, good luck to you. We don't ever need to see you again. Come off all the medications that we put you on. You never have to come back to these offices again. And that was amazing. We spent all our time going to doctor's appointments. I mean, after school, we were just consumed. Several days a week, we were going from appointment to appointment, and they were just putting her on tons of medication. So we don't have to do any of that anymore. But this is special for a parent with special needs child. She didn't like to be touched. She didn't like to be hugged, and she didn't like to be kissed. And a lot of times I would have to ask her if I could do those things. And majority of the time she would say no. She didn't want me to hug or kiss her. But after being on ASEA for a little while, I remember specifically one day, she just came up behind me. I wasn't even looking at her. And she just gave me this giant bear hug, and she wouldn't let go. And I don't even know how long we were there, but I wouldn't dare, ask her to stop. But it was just the most amazing feeling. But the absolutely most profound thing that I can recall with her being on ASEA is she also has brittle bones. She's broken both her legs. And actually, when we met Dr. Foster, she was in a wheelchair. She's not capable of maneuvering crutches. So every time she would fall all the time, her balance was off. So she's fallen so many times and sprained her ankles and whatnot. But this one particular day, we were in the driveway, and I realized when I was playing with her that whenever she would run, I would just stop, and I noticed I wasn't breathing. I would just hold my breath, and I'd say a prayer, oh God, please don't let her fall, because if she fell, we were in the emergency room, something would be broken. But this one day we were playing in the driveway and we were running, and she told me, she goes, you stay here, I'm going to run all by myself. So I realized as I watched her run, I was breathing and I wasn't saying a prayer. And I was so thrilled that at that moment, I know her whole life had changed. Now, I don't know what the future holds for her. She still has, she's still delayed somewhat, and there's a lot of issues, but she has changed completely. And now, because of ASEA, she and we both have hope for her future. I don't know what it's going to hold, but I know it's a whole lot brighter now that we're part of this company and she's on this product. So thank you. I love you guys for introducing me to this product.
Thanks, Trisha. And it's been wonderful to watch this journey with Victoria, and that you stuck it out. And I give kudos to you, because when you hear stories like mine, when I got my life back in 3 days and it took months, but everything has changed. So you're a great mom, and it's been just wonderful to watch Victoria, who wouldn't look at us or talk to us, who now smiles and is so friendly. So thanks, Trisha, for sharing your story. It's important for people to hear. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Next, I'd like to bring on Dr. Joe Labriola. Dr. Joe is a chiropractor in Ramsey, New Jersey, at the Chiro Health Spa. And I know Dr. Joe, he's a doctor, but he had his own health challenges. And so, Dr. Joe, could you share with everybody what ASEA has done for you?
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
I hear you wonderfully, thanks.
All right, never mind the interrogative look that I'm getting from the spotlight above me, but I can tell you this, that I had been on ASEA for 3 days and saw nothing. And one of my things that I had always had as a kid was breathing problems. I mean, we're talking about since I was 4 or 5 years old. That was one of the things that, I mean, it stopped me in my life. I'm not going to lie. It literally stopped me in my tracks. It stopped me from having social relationships. It stopped me from being an athlete. It stopped me from doing a lot of the things that I wanted to do. And I mean, I was the one responsible in my life for getting rid of the family dog, and you can imagine how wonderful that must have felt as the one that had to be responsible for that one. I just like Trisha's story. I mean, I actually knew my emergency room staff very well. It was pretty crazy. I got to know them after all the times that I had been there. And this continued on to a point where I really wasn't sure how much more the condition could actually improve. Now we're talking about with chiropractic, with acupuncture, with massage, with nutrition. I mean, I've done so many different things, supplements, you name it, to really try to help myself from with all of these things. And I really never, I got to a certain point where I could survive, but I couldn't thrive. And it was tough in a lot of social situations, specifically where I knew ahead of time that if I was going to have to go somewhere, let's say we'd go to, a friend's house, we're not staying at their house because of the fact that they have a dog. We're in a hotel. And so that was it. I mean, even up, to the point where I started ASEA, this was my life. I started ASEA, and a few days later, I thankfully went to your house, guys, Terry and Dr. Foster, to learn a little bit about ASEA. Just really it wasn't even so much for me. It was more to see what it could do for my patients, because I really wasn't sure what it was going to do for me, because I had, like you, Terry, I had kind of gotten resigned to a point of, in my life, that was pretty much how good I was going to get. When I rang the bell at your house and heard 3 dogs barking, I was saying, I'm running for the hills. I'm gonna get to know this driveway very, very well, because that's where I'll be most of the time. And I remember just drinking ASEA and spraying it in my face. Again, I'd been only on it 3 days at that point, and it was a time limit for me of a typical episode like that was about 15-20 minutes, and then I knew I was going to be in the driveway. And I was for the viewers out there, I was at Dr. Foster and Terry's house for 3.5 hours. And didn't have anything happen to me. I was fine. And you have to understand, coming from where I had been with this, that did not happen ever. That was not life for me. That was like, life was like I was waiting for the ambulance to pull up in the driveway, and here it was. I was sitting in the house with this gigantic dog sleeping on my feet. I couldn't believe it. I was stunned. I kind of took it a little further. I did what Dr. Foster did. I gave it to 5 of my patients, and 5 of my patients had amazing results. Some of them were in a few days, some in a few weeks, some were in a few months. Results that I wouldn't have expected as a practitioner, I'm not going to lie. Now at this point, I was all in. I'm using it for working out. I'm using Renew 28 for my skin purposes. I'm older than both of you guys, if you can believe it. I'm 126. But I mean, I can tell you this as somebody who used it with a personal benefit and somebody who uses it with their patients. There are very, very few things that you'll see that can work for everybody, that have profound benefits when you take them, that you can literally get something that can change your life as a benefit. And I don't expect that from a lot of things that I would give to my patients, nor myself. And for me to actually have that happen to a point where I'm so confident in both of the products that ASEA has, and to see these ridiculously amazing benefits for myself and a lot of other people that we've been fortunate enough to put on them, it's worth every minute of my time. And I thank you guys for everything that you do.
Thanks, Dr. Joe. It's
Very, very welcome.
Yes, and it is true. When we met them for the first time, my big dog went and laid right down at Joe's feet, and I didn't understand why he was so nervous. I just said, just keep spraying ASEA, keep drinking it. And 3 hours later, 3.5 hours, they were still there. So thanks, Dr. Joe. It's been a pleasure watching your journey.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. Take care.
So guys, this is what this product does. So the drink heals the body, allows the body to heal itself from the inside out. I'm going to show you just a couple of pictures of what the Renew. When the Renew came out, you saw a little bit in that last video. It does the same thing. It's the same technology, but it works from the outside in. So let me just share my screen, and I'm going to show you just a couple of the pictures. Let's see here if I can get to this. I'm hoping, hoping you can see this. Share screen. There we go. Hoping you guys can see this. I'm going to show you. Here we go. So here's some before and after. These are real people, real life people that we know. These are not actors and actresses. Look what this does. Doesn't have collagen in it. This doesn't have a moisturizer in it. This is your skin actually having cell renewal turnover. It's actually working. It's amazing what it does. Let me just go down a little bit here. Again, works on every part of the body. You know, things that we put on our skin, things that we put on our bodies, they have carcinogens. They cause birth defects. Go look at what you're putting on your bodies, guys. Go to cosmeticsdatabase.com. Go put in the products that you're using or the ingredients, and it's going to be very scary about what you're putting. This stuff, 100% safe. You can put this on a baby's bottom. You can put this on a person 100 years old. This is an arm below here. This is an all over product. And if you want to talk, Foster, but just wanted to show you some of these are scars. Anything red, bumpy, scaly, itchy, wrinkly, anything. This is what this product does, Renew 28, from the outside in, and the drink does from the inside out, because as we know, the systems inside of our body, our organs also get wrinkly. They get oxidized. So I just wanted to show you a couple of those. I'm going to stop this. And before we go, we want to show you, a lot of people say, why not pharma? Well, how come, if this is so amazing, how come you didn't go the pharmaceutical route? And there is a whole story behind that. And we're going to show you it's a 6-minute video for us to end so that you can understand where our company came from. This wasn't about, I will be honest, in the beginning, this was about taking this amazing product that our founders knew was amazing and selling the technology to a pharmaceutical company. But in the end, it became about lives, millions of people's lives instead of millions of dollars, because it came down to they took the product and we had to take everybody off of it. They took the check, we took the check, they took the product. So do you want to add anything before we show this last 6-minute video?
Well, it's to show you the heart of our company. Vertus Norton, our founder, who's an amazing human being, chose to, instead of take millions of dollars, he wanted to help and change millions of lives. And I think the story is very self-explanatory when you watch it in 6 minutes.
Yes, and there's a whole story. So it was Vertus Norton, Tyler Norton, James Pack. These were Fortune 100, Fortune 500 guys. They were not network marketers either. And this is how we share this product, just like sharing a good movie, sharing a good restaurant. We share this product. We're now in 26 countries. We have hundreds of thousands of people. I think it's about 70 million doses of ASEA have been given, and not one side effect, not one negative reaction. This product works on everybody. And our company was voted the #1 most ethical company in Europe for 2014. And we were also voted number 98 out of?
By the DSA, the Direct Selling Association. So number 98 in earnings last year out of 3,000 network marketing companies worldwide. And no one's heard of us yet.
Right. So stay with us for the next 6 minutes while we watch this last video, and then we'll let you get back to your evening. Give us just a second.
I grew up in Salt Lake City, Utah. Took a degree from the University of Utah. Managed some stores for Safeway, and then ended up going to work for General Foods Corporation. I progressed through various jobs. Ended up in White Plains, New York as a division sales manager in the beverage division, about $1 billion business.
Vertus is a pretty impressive guy. If you really get to understand his background, he is the top of the top in terms of CEO material for America. He has rubbed shoulders and has been mentors of some of the best CEOs in America.
I was asked to sit on the board of a small company that had been working on a technology for about 15 years. Numerous patents, a lot of research, and they were actually producing a product using salt and water. And when they told me that, they wanted me to go on their board. I said, well, you're going to have to convince me that this is real. How can you produce something from salt and water? And they said, we have a lot of research. extensive research, 10 or $15 million worth of research. The company that owned it was publicly traded, and they merged that company with an energy company, and after a period of time, 6 or 7 months, they started selling off assets.
He let me know that he was on the board of directors and there was this opportunity that was coming up on a product that he thought was wonderful.
But I told him, I said, you know, they have something here that they don't know what it is. And it's a lot more than they think, but they haven't figured it out. And I said, I'm tempted to put a group together. In fact, I think I am going to put a group of investors together, and I'm going to take a run at the company. And over the course of a year, we discovered what the product was and why it worked. We developed what's called the mechanism of action.
They discovered the product was based on redox biochemistry, a new field of science that emerged near the beginning of the 21st century. Redox signaling is a function central to all forms of life. Redox signaling molecules are created within every cell of the body and are vital to the immune system and to cellular repair and replace mechanisms. As one gets older, the body's ability to make these molecules decreases, a function of aging. The product provided a replenishing source of the exact redox signaling molecules the body creates, and in the same balance, enhancing cellular health.
We actually wondered if people would drink a product that didn't taste very good, even if there was a perceived health benefit.
And we said, let's find out. So we decided to find 40 people and create kind of a focus group, and we started giving it to them. We did that for about 2 months. We said, let's go out and find out where we are with these 40 people. So when we went out and contacted them, we found out that the 40 people had turned into 135, and the product had been shipped to 20 different countries without our knowing it. And we said, well, we've got the answer we wanted, that people will buy this product. When they determine that there is a perceived health benefit, they'll buy it. But in the meantime, we had contacted a friend, and he was running a very big pharmaceutical company in New Jersey, about $10, $11 billion. And he agreed to send a group of people out and spend some time with us and see what we had come up with. So 4 people flew out on a plane, and we met in the conference room we had on the west side of the city for the better part of the day. We spread out all of the research that we had out on the table.
And these gentlemen asked all the right questions. They thoroughly went through all of the science that we had, and as they do that, they'd call back to their headquarters and ask questions. About 2 o'clock in the afternoon, they came to us, and they said, we think you've got something really special here. We're going to write you a check that is large enough that you don't want to talk to anyone else. But there's a catch.
And I said, what's the catch? And they said, you've got to shut it down. And I said, shut what down? And they said, you've got 135 people on this product right now. Shut it down. People have problems all the time, and they deal with them as best they can. You're going to have to walk away. And that kind of took us back a little bit. The fact that I said, that seems a little harsh to me. And they said, you want to work with us, you walk away. We said, well, we'll let you know. So we ushered them out of the building, and we huddled around the conference table.
We came to realize that this had changed for us from a business play to something very important. This was a cause. This was a responsibility. We'd seen too many people helped by this product. We wanted to make a mark. We found something that was much bigger than either Vertus or myself. We feel a real strong obligation that our task is to make this available the best we can worldwide to help people.
My wife questions why I'm doing this. She said, you've retired more than once, and it's time for you to join me, and let's enjoy the golden years, if you will. But recently, my son asked me to come down and join he and his family, and we went to a church gathering, and there was something going on he wanted us to be a part of. And while we were there, a young lady came up, and he introduced me to this young lady, and she broke down and started sobbing. And she had a health challenge in her family that was really severe, and she was introduced to ASEA, and because of what ASEA did, she was just grateful. So I find it hard to talk about, but that's the reason.
So that is our founder, and that is why we are network marketing company. And I will say, as my husband and I said in the beginning, we were not network marketers. I am proud to call myself a professional network marketer because I have hitched my cart to this company, and it has changed my life. And I have, as what I would say, a PhD, a public high school diploma. And this company has given me the ability to share and make money and make a living while making a difference in people's lives. This product is for everybody. Everybody needs to be on this, period. We know what it does. We know what it prevents. We know whether it is for your health, that of a loved one, whether you want to live younger, longer, want to look good, you want to be a better athlete, or you just want more money. If you're just tired of that job, just enough to pay for the product, enough to pay for a house payment, enough so that you don't have to work anymore, enough to be big time, whatever it is. This company is changing so many people's lives, and mine included. This is my life. I love it. Please get back to the person that invited you to this webinar and let them know how you would like to get started, whether it's with the product, trying the product, whether it's the ASEA, whether it's Renew, whether it's both, whether you'd like to make a little extra money, whether you'd like enough money just to pay for the product, or you'd like to quit your job and join us on this mission. Anything you'd like to say before we close?
No, amazing job. Thank you very much. You have a choice. You can continue aging exactly the way you are, or you can help your aging process by decreasing your oxidation. I think there's no real choice here. Just help yourself and everyone that you love.
Everybody, thank you so much, Dr. Joe. Thank you so much, Tricia, for sharing your story. Everybody have a wonderful, wonderful night. And like I said, please get back to the person that invited you to this presentation because they cared enough about you to invite you. Everybody have a great night.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you.